Okay, y'all have to be quiet.
Why?
Because this is an OTM production.
So we here with long time friend of mine, John.
Long time. It's been a long time.
It's been a while since I actually said your name, John. We call each other so. All right. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from?
Oh man, where do I begin? I was born in the Bahamas. Yeah, so I came here as a toddler. Grew up Fort Lauderdale, New Jersey my whole life. Came out to Jacksonville. Went to Terry Parker High School. Graduated in 2010. And right after high school, joined the military. And had a pretty decent, solid military career. Been a couple of places. Deployed, came back. And then back here in Jacksonville. Back here in my old stomping grounds. Going to school, working. Yeah, so.
So out of all the places you've been to in the military, what was your favorite place? That's
I like California.
Cali.
Cali was chill. It was a chill spot. So I enjoyed the different areas of California and the diverse culture there. So it was nice. Yeah.
So is California like Florida? Like I always felt like they were one and the same.
No.
Okay.
Not at all. California it's a sprawling city of many different, how should I put it? Just different cities. Very pricey, expensive.
Yeah,
that's what I would describe California as.
Expensive.
Yeah, very mountainous area in certain locations. You got your desert, 29 Palms, where I was stationed at. And then you got my favorite city, San Diego. Really like it, a lot to do there. And then you got LA. So yeah, nothing like Florida. Not to me, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. So what branch of the military were you in?
The Marine Corps.
Marine Corps.
Yeah. Joined the Marines.
Like what led you to, like, okay, so I know we were in ROTC together, back history. Was it Master Guns in the Williams?
Yeah.
Is that what led you?
Master Guns, Sergeant Williams.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I knew that. That was the ball, one of the ones with the buzz cut.
He was bald.
The ball
He was
was.
bald. They had a buzz cut going on for time, but he was mostly bald.
Oh,
yeah. I know you're talking about that.
Yeah, especially with uniforms for him.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
Is that what led you to the Marine Corps exactly? Out of all the branches?
The Marine Corps itself, I think it had a lot to do with Master Guns himself.
Yeah.
He spoke on the Marine Corps, what they stood for. So it was definitely a big driving force in me joining the Marines. So yeah, it led me to join them. And plus, I didn't want to go to college right after graduation. So it was like, hey, why not join the Marines and explore the world or whatever.
That's cool. Cool.
So you're not in the Marines anymore?
No.
Why did you stop serving?
I stopped serving because I got medically injured. So I got medically retired. So just out here going to school on disability.
I know somebody who was in the military. They were stationed in Hawaii, and like she had an injury too, and she was about to come back, but she wanted to stay. Like, so like, how's your post-military life or post-marine life? Would you rather still be over there?
Yeah, I'd rather still stay in the military because I had so many plans, so many goals I wanted to accomplish and get done before getting out of the military. But things happen, so I had to accept that and be content with it. So it took a little while to actually accept that. So yeah, but I'm good.
Okay. So I was just about to ask about the adjustment factor, because I know a lot of people tell me, like, one of my other best friends she was in the Air Force and she got out and she was like, it was so hard, like adapting to civilian life again.
Yeah.
So is it like can you describe that adjustment or like what it's like?
I can only speak for me. For me, that adjustment period was so long. It felt like I got on like July 2014. It wasn't until like next year, 2015, when I actually started to, all right, let me start putting things in order to start doing things for myself. So it took me a whole year, even after I got to, just sitting at home on the stump, just like sulking and just
being
yeah. No, it was, I went through a bit of a little episode. It was just frustrating to realize, like, man, like what I could have accomplished is all gone, you know. So it was took me a while to get over that. So I was really frustrated with myself. So, but yeah, I'm in a better mind space now. So
that's what's up. I'm glad for growth.
Yeah,
Because I know that's probably a dark. Anytime there's a instant change in life,
Change
it
your
throw you off.
lifestyle too.
Just have to pick myself up and really just trying to make a change.
I'm glad you were able to do that. So, I know you said you were. Why does it seem like I have too many family members in the military? I know too many people in the military. People in the military seem like they consume alcohol at such a high rate, and like it's like water. When I'm like, you want this, and so I'm like, I want some orange juice. Like, why do you think that's such a big like alcoholism or just period drinking alcohol is such a big?
Why does anyone drink alcohol? Period.
True.
You know, why does anyone, after a hard day, stressful day, they come home and like it's been a long day. It's, it might be one glass a day.
Yeah.
But certain days, they may pick up 2 glasses, 3 glasses, it starts to get a lot of control. So I would say with, in regards to the military, a lot of vets and current active duty members, it has to do with the military culture that the everyday grind and then coming back home and, just trying to get away. But, the way I coped with it was the wrong way, using alcohol in that manner. So I would say there's better choices out there to cope with stress. So many different things. Going to the gym, which was end up being one of mine eventually. So going to the gym or reading a book, I don't know. I was trying to find different methods of way of coping with stress and depression or what have you, instead of resorting to alcohol, because you tell yourself one day like, no, I got this, you're under control, like, you're good, I'm fine, I don't drink every day, and then it picks up, and you don't even know, you just start drinking a little more, and you don't even realize it happened to me. So I would say just find other things. There's so many things out there. There's so many other outlets. There's so many resources for veterans to get into than just being at home and taking a swig every now and then because they're bored or whatever. So
so you think, does the military put like emphasis on finding other methods of coping, or is it just like you said, it's a culture? Is it something that's just set in place and it just is what it is, kind of?
The military is the culture. It's handed down from veterans to veterans, from that were in for 20, 30, whatever how long years, and it's just certain elements of the culture that it gets passed down, and drinking being one of them. As far as the military trying to implement new things for veterans to keep themselves occupied with, the military does make great strides in trying to give veterans and active duty members things to do when you're not working or when you're not in school or whatever. Get involved in doing community charitable work. Just keep yourself busy in every other facets of your life. So.
So like, all right. So with that, since you're saying they take strides, because alcoholism, it's not really a good thing. You say there's a lot of better outlets. So would you say the military cares about its people, its soldiers?
Yeah, I would say the leadership. Well, are we talking about like way high general? Are we talking about like on the immediate level of leadership, because if we're talking about on the immediate level of leadership, like those who are in the unit, for me, I believe we were well taken care of. They did look after us. Troop welfare is a term we use periodically in the military. So I do believe that during my time, I've had exceptional leadership in the military that did look after us and that did help its Marines with just finding different outlets and sources to just get involved in, instead of engaging in certain reckless activity.
Do those relationships change once you're out? Once you
No, you keep up with those military bonds that you made. You keep up with them. At least I try to, anyways. You know, so you keep up and you maintain contact. You know, social media is the number one primary way, I believe. So it's good to just message them and talk and just see how they're doing and they see how you're doing. Maybe you catch up and like you guys hang out or whatever, go on vacation. So yeah, definitely try to keep in contact with old friends.
So overall, would you say military life is stressful, or like does it have even if it's not stressful to the person serving, is the overall effect of it stressful, like towards family members or units? Or...
Yeah, emotional stress. I could attest that my mom was, both my parents were very stressed. Even before I deployed, they were highly stressed. Me going over there, and I remember not being able to talk to my parents for about, I think it was about a month. Yeah, not hearing from them, they not hearing from me. So yeah, it's definitely stressful. You know, it's not just stress on the active duty member themselves, but it affects, spouses, children, not being there constantly, and then having to pick up to move and getting stationed elsewhere halfway across the world. So it's a daunting lifestyle, I would say.
Where were you deployed to? If you don't mind asking.
I deployed to Afghanistan back in 2012. Yeah, 2012.
How was that? I feel like I remember when you came back.
You remember when you came back?
Because I feel like we went and ate somewhere, and you told me a little bit about it. But I mean, overall,
it was a new experience. I remember, I think I was 19 or 20 years old at the time when I deployed. I remember getting off the plane in Afghanistan. I was like, oh wow. This is the place I've seen on TV for pretty much my whole life since the early 2000s. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm here. It was a jaw-dropping experience. I'm like, I don't know. It was a weird feeling. Like, the funny thing was, it wasn't, it wasn't initial fear. Like, it wasn't fear. It was just like, oh, I can't believe I'm here. Cool. Like,
yeah, cool.
So yeah, it was just a different feeling, just being over there, and like, I'm actually in this war. So yeah, just different, I would say.
That's cool. I noticed, like, I don't watch the news frequently. I just rather research questions that I have. There's been like a rise. I know you're post-military, but there's been a rise in suicide rates and within the military, and even it's even higher for those who recently have gotten out. Like like you were saying, the transition is tough, and glad that you're here. But a lot of people don't make it through that. You said it took you about a year to get right. Why do you think that it's so high within and post-military life, the suicide rate?
I think for a good majority of military personnel, me personally, I think it has to do with being afraid to reach out for help and not wanting to come off as a weak person. There's a us. Everybody has a certain level of ego, but you know, when you're in the military, especially in the Marine Corps, you know, you don't want to see it come off with you feel and you think you can hold whatever it is in you that's breaking you down. You feel like you can lift yourself up and find that strength. And you know, sometimes, you know, it consumes you, I believe. And I just wanted to tell, like, you know, veterans and active duty members out there, like, hey, it's okay to, you know, to reach out to someone and talk to someone about your problems and not just hold it in and think you can, you know, get it over it on your own. Definitely reach out, you know, seek help. There's people out there, there's so many different resources out there. And I think as veterans and active members, we have a certain level of responsibility to just reach out on Facebook, say, hey man, how you doing? What's going on? You good? You know what I mean? I think this is a certain level of responsibility, like, as veterans, like, we hold, like, we just gotta just keep each other, like, accountable and reach out to other vets that we haven't heard from in a while. Just maintain contact. You know, doesn't have to be every day, but just let them know, like, hey, I'm here. We can talk to you, like, what's going on.
So you could go back to, like, before you enlisted, you know, or when you joined the Marines, would you do it all over again? Knowing what you know now.
Knowing what I know now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Knowing what I know now, would I have joined the Marines right after high school?
Yeah,
Really
right.
valid question. Man. Yeah, I would do it. I would do it again because I've learned so much about myself. So many negative aspects of myself that I don't think I would have learned if I had simply just gone to college straight through or whatever. I don't know why. I feel like just going through the military life and going through what I went through and being medically discharged to where I am now, it's just gave me a certain level of fortitude, of mental fortitude, to where I know I can tackle a certain objective and overcome it. Especially knowing some of the negative aspects of myself and fixing myself to be able to tackle certain objectives in my life. So yeah, I definitely would have done it all over again. No regret. Yeah.
All right, so I feel like the biggest thing when you talk about military or vets or anything is PTSD. And I didn't realize how crucial this was until like a few weeks ago. We were at a football game. Somebody started shooting in the parking lot. I was like, oh, so I split. But then like the next few days after, like if I heard a popping sound or anything, it just made me jump. I was like, oh, like, but I realized then, I'm like, that's real. Like,
That's just from the football game.
that's just it, you know. So do you think you like, have you ever dealt with PTSD, or like how big of an issue is it, you know?
It's big in the military. Yeah. I haven't experienced PTSD. Well, there's many forms of PTSD.
That's true.
So I can't even say I haven't dealt with PTSD. Honestly, I really can't say I haven't. There's many different forms of it. But yeah, PTSD, it is a big thing in the military. And like I said before, there's many different services out there in the military for active members and its veterans to take advantage of, to help those veterans and active members overcome their situation, overcome those mental demons. So yeah, I don't know too much about the many different forms of PTSD, but it, you know, it affects everyone differently. Yeah. So
It's cool.
So for somebody like, so you said you would go back, knowing what you know now.
Yeah.
So obviously, you're an advocate. Like you said, you enjoyed the life and what it made you to be. So somebody young, when to enlist in, the Army or the Marines or whatever branch they would like to enlist in, what's some advice you would give them?
The advice I would give to someone, for example, coming straight out of high school, looking to join the military, I say go in. I would say reach out to anyone you might know who's currently in the military and really get a good grasp of what that lifestyle is like and understand, especially if you're going active duty, understand that you're about to commit yourself to a whole new organization, a whole new way of life. You're about to commit yourself, whatever life you've known previously that you've lived is in some way, shape, or form is going to be stripped away, gone, and changed in the next 4 years of your life. You're going to have to commit solely to that organization and just pretty much get a full understanding of what you're getting yourself into. A lot of people join and they end up hating the military life, the people in it. I totally get it, I understand. But this is the opportune time where before you join, you need to understand what you're getting yourself into. So ask questions. That's what I would tell someone. Ask a lot of questions, and just mentally prepare yourself. Understand, it's not always gonna be sweet and dandy. It's gonna be times where it sucks. Most times it's gonna suck. But you'll make plenty of great friends and bonds with people that will carry on for the rest of your life. Networking, job opportunities and such. And so it's a great opportunity, but just know what you're getting yourself into. Ask questions. Don't just join because I don't know. You want a Camaro.
Camaro on the Juene.
Because you want a Camaro, man. Yeah, 20% interest rate on it.
No, for real, it happens. So, what are your thoughts on veteran affairs, man? I know it's all over the place. Veterans are constantly fighting for, more rights and protections. That's part one of the answer.
That's 500 million.
The veteran affairs, the VA. Oh man, the VA, they need to fix themselves.
That's what it is.
I won't cuss during this interview.
I
want to cuss because, I know some people it impacted negatively on their life. So they just need to get together. You have people that go and serve overseas and come back and serve their country and can't get decent care. VA can take advantage of some of the services because they can't get their crap in order. So VA just needs to get its crap in order. That's all I got to say.
Alright, there it is. But shoot, you pretty much answered. Do you have any other questions?
I think I did until we started laughing. I was gonna ask. So, in the military, so you're stuck to, from what I heard, y'all start really early, but then I know somebody who's, she's in Oklahoma City right now, and I think she starts her day at 6, and she could, y'all work while in the military, y'all have a job, or is that different?
Yeah, everyone has a MOS or a military occupational specialty in the military. We work. Some of those jobs, they're 9 to 5. But they're not really 9 to 5. You're on the clock 24/7, so you're never really off. But generally it's a Monday through Friday. But it's really not a Monday through Friday. For whatever reason, you may have extracurricular duties to do that they want you to do, so you're never really off.
The military is has jobs inside of it being a big job. So it's a bunch of jobs.
It's like an organization where people come and plug in different jobs. But So, what would you think is your biggest takeaway from the time you served in the military? Like, what is one? I mean, you said you learned a lot, you met a lot of people, network, etc. But you know, as a person, mentally, physically, emotionally, what
My
is
biggest takeaway from the
biggest
military?
takeaway?
My biggest takeaway from the military. As far as like what I've learned from the military?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess one of the biggest things that I've learned from the military, I've learned accountability for one's actions. You gotta be an accountable person. You gotta take initiative. I've learned to take initiative and, you know, not just wait for someone else to do something, you know, just, hey, you do it, take charge of it. And that's, you know, that's a way of showing leadership right there. So it helped me taking initiative right after I got out of the military, after that 1 year slumped, and taking accountability for my actions for that 1 year slump. It helped me get over it and be content where I am, and it's helping me get over some objectives that I'm overcoming for myself. Yeah.
Cool. I like that. Trying to make a leader out of it. You know, like take charge of your life.
Yeah, take charge of your life.
Cool, man, cool. So, well, appreciate you coming and talking to
Oh,
me,
yeah.
Zoe. It's been
What's
nice. Got a little insight on military life,
Yeah,
post Jacksonville or in Jacksonville. So,
for sure.
it's been nice.
Hey mom, shout out.
Uh-huh.
Shout out. Hit on my Facebook, John June, Instagram, JWJ00. No,
Yes,
go
get
ahead.
rid of my-
Don't
nah,
post
you
that.
go,
Don't
you
post
go.
that.
Quick. We got my lady. So tell me that.
But ask you all the questions.
Right.
Okay, so. Cool then.